All right, this is Reality Check here with my girl Tati. Finally coming through. She's been saying she'll come through for a while.
Yes, I'm here.
She's got a tight schedule, but she finally blessed us with her presence.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I am good. 2025 is starting off really good for me, my family, just our household.
That's a blessing.
That's a big blessing. And to start it off on an up, you know what I mean? I'm trying to keep that going and just being positive. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just staying positive.
Because the wake up AM show is popping. You're doing it. You're doing it.
Do you like the show?
I love the show. I'm in there like almost every morning.
I see you in there. I'm like, look at my girl Tati.
Yes.
Like supporting and being in here, engaging in the chat and stuff.
Yes, and I love the chat. Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to the chat. Like, I feel like we're doing something different.
Yeah,
you know
is.
What I mean? Like I'm doing a lot of woman empowerment. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I want female mods, women mods, you know what I mean, to speak their mind and feel comfortable in like a safe space to be open and talk about the shit y'all want to talk about, where it's not going to be, ain't nobody trying to hear that you know,
yes, yes.
Time out.
Right.
Because
Let them get their shit off.
Let them get it off. Let them feel safe. We got Bella, we got Sierra, we got Tati, we got
Sexy Nay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and if I forgot anybody, Valerie,
Ivani.
Yvonne, like I'm just happy with what we got going on. You know
I love
what I mean?
it.
And
Shout out to all them.
I'm just in that right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm actually surprised that it's doing as well as it's doing.
I don't know why.
Like why
are you surprised? You have that. You have that energy. You have like this space that you've created, even like from the Ace Boys to like the Wake Up AM show where it's destruction of positivity. and the fact that you can do both is like amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It took a while, like, as you know, like to find your space or to find like where you're comfortable. And it just got to the point where it was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my shit and I'm gonna just be authentic to who I am. You like it or you don't.
Right.
You can stay or you can leave.
And that's the thing I wanted to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about what happened last Friday
on
AceBoyzWorldwide,
okay.
where, you know, they like, where the fuck she come from? You thinking she has a spot? And it was never that.
Yeah, I know.
It's never that. Me and Pun, we always had this like little not relationship like that, but friendship. Yeah. And he was always telling me just like, come through.
Yeah.
Come through. And I'm like, finally I was in a space where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come through. Mind you, he knows about my podcast that I had.
Yeah.
You know.
Say the name.
2019 Bed Peace Podcast.
Yeah.
And so
Bed Peace Podcast.
Right. And so yeah, it wasn't never for me to come there and take over nobody's spot or, you know, be an ace girl. You know, it was never that.
Right.
And granted, because when I started podcasting, I was watching Joe Budden and like Horrible Decisions and all of these other podcasts, but Joe Budden was my favorite, right?
Okay.
And so Joe Budden, he do what he call potting, where you just entertaining. You and Pun do it too, where you just elevating a situation, right?
Yeah.
So when Pun is like,
potting.
he started potting, ladies' night and Ace girls and woo. I took it and was like, I'm potting with you. Yeah, I'm potting with you. I put it on Instagram. New Ace girls, you know, but it's a fucking joke. It's a joke.
Right.
You know?
It's people could take things a little too serious, you know what I mean? But it's to keep the energy up. Like we're gonna run with this joke and have fun and get it going. And it doesn't have to be taken personal. And I know for 100% that was not y'all idea.
Yeah.
I know
we walked into that and was like, wait a minute, hold on. Wait.
But y'all did a good job of running with it. You know what I mean? Because that created a great episode, maybe a couple episodes to run off of what was created there. But it was just, that's totally not on y'all. You know what I mean?
And
like,
I think even still, you know.
And definitely was going in, added fuel to it.
Yes, you were. And my thing is too, though, I feel like there's space for everybody.
There's space for everybody.
You know, if we were to be on the network or whatever the case may be, I feel like it's space for everybody. We're not trying to come in and take over or do nothing like that. We just, you know, having fun. We living life, we having fun, and we here.
Exactly. And that's the attitude that you need to have.
Yeah.
Is I'm here. Let's have a good time.
Yeah.
What is off limits? What's not off limits? Are we going? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So what brought you to, because my reason to come to the podcast was, I don't want to say by force, but Pun was like, Pun and Trey, we're doing Ace Boys Worldwide. I didn't have any
idea what it was about.
What was going, but me and Manny are just like, our brothers is saying come through, we're going to do it. So what brought you to podcasting, or what caught your attention?
Okay, so how do I say it? I don't have like a huge Instagram presence.
Okay.
But it was a lot of women that were following me, right? So I'm like, I was in a relationship. This is like my second relationship.
Okay.
And at that time...
You were in a relationship at the time when you started?
Well, no, when I started, I wasn't.
Okay.
But I was like trying to heal from a lot of things.
Right. Okay.
And so
Can we talk about that later on?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And so I was going through trying to heal from my second relationship. Mm-hmm. And he was verbally abusive and like financially abusive. And I am in a spot where, damn, he used to tell me that I wasn't pretty. Nobody was gonna want me.
Try to tear you down.
Yes. And
that's a tactic.
Yeah.
That's predatorial.
Yeah. And so I don't know why those feelings were coming back up around that time. But like I said, I'm trying to heal from a lot of shit, even from childhood trauma. So that was part of the thing that I was going through. And so I had made an Instagram video, like how to gain your self-confidence back. Mm-hmm. And from that video, it kind of like went a little crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. And so from there, I was like, maybe I should start a podcast, because a lot of girls were like DMing me, asking for advice, and like, you know. Yeah. So it's kind of like a woman's thing. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I should. Cause
like woman empowerment.
Yeah, they were telling me like, you should talk about this more often. And whoop. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Since I love the art of podcasting, let me start my own. Yeah. And where I got a lot of my healing was in the bed, and I'm writing in my journal, writing in my notebook. And so that's where I came up with Bed Peace, because that's where I was coming to peace with everything. In the bed. That's when you have your time to reflect. Correct. The quiet time. Yes. And that's so funny, because bedtime was always my... You know how you have bed peace? Mm-hmm. It was always my bed nightmare. Your mind running. Oh, man. You can ask my wife. Ayana will know. Like, I won't sleep. Like, I will go without sleeping. I'll lay there. Mm-hmm. But it's just the past traumas or the past situations, anxieties, depressions, ADD, like, just feeling all of it just going crazy, where it's like you start thinking about one thing and you go, but you know what my wife told me? Yes. She said, write it down. And I don't ever listen. Yes. She was like, write it down. Journal what's going on. Because it allows you to like get it off your mind. It allows you to like reflect, and why is this happening? Why am I having all of these thoughts? And you start asking yourself these questions while you're journaling. Yeah. And so it's very helpful. Very therapeutic, very healing. Yes. You're in your safe space. Yes. Oh man. And I plan on coming I plan on coming out with a journal. Okay. You know, that's one of my goals for this year. Yeah. To do a journal. Like, what does that mean? To do a journal, like to have a journal, like journal prompts for people. Really? Yeah. That'd be dope. Yeah. That's a great idea. Like, like how my daughter bought me a dad one. Mm-hmm. Like, what was your favorite memory of your this? And hey, that's dope. That's really a good idea, Tati. Yeah. So that's something that you're doing. And then with the podcast, when you started the podcast, the Bed Peace, did that also bring on healing? Yeah. Like just sharing. And it was done in a fun way. Okay. You know, it wasn't so serious, but we did it in a fun way.
Yeah.
But even with Monty, like she used to say all the time that this is so therapeutic for me. And I think anybody that wants to do podcasting, it is a therapeutic way of even just removing yourself from the daily stresses and, so it's helpful.
Did you find out things is there things on the podcast that you found out about each other?
For sure.
Really?
Yes.
See, that's the power of podcasting.
Yeah.
Because it gives you the platform to communicate.
Yeah.
Like, when do we just
because, me and my sister at that time, because she's, I think, like 6 or 7 years younger than me.
Okay.
So it allowed us to, like, bridge. She's like the little version of me when I was, her age. Yeah. And I would have never, like, even though she's a little bit more turned up than me.
Marty is out there.
Yeah.
Let's go, Marty.
But yeah, she, we have those commonalities where I would have never knew if we, weren't podcasting together, because we wouldn't have those types of conversations.
Because let's sit down for 2 hours and just talk.
Yeah. Yes. And she has a different friend group. See, for her, she is more of, she had girlfriends. Mm-hmm. I've never really had girlfriends.
Really?
Yeah. No. It'll maybe be like 2 or 3, but I always ran with my cousins.
Okay, family.
Yes.
Okay.
And so with her, like, having girlfriends, I thought it was a little weird but I don't know. We just grew up in 2 different, generations.
Yeah, exactly. And so, 2 different experiences.
Yeah, 2 different experiences.
Exactly.
So when she would, like, say that her and her friends were fighting, and I didn't have to deal with that because I'm with my cousins all the time. And then also, I'm more of and I hate to even say this, but I'm more of a guy's girl.
Okay.
Even from being a child, like
tomboy,
all my boy cousins. I started out, like, remember I told you J3 is my cousin or whatever.
Yeah.
So his brother, he's we the same age, and he's a rapper.
Hitter is older. Hitter J3 is older or younger?
No, he's a younger brother.
Okay.
He has an older brother named J-Man, and he was a rapper. And we used to be at my granny house.
Okay.
In the bathroom.
You was one of the crew.
We recorded songs in the bathroom, putting tape in a little cassette, and you know how you can record over the old, so it was just me and my guy cousins for the most part, and then hanging out. And so it was, I guess it probably was hard for me to be in a space with girls
that you met.
Yeah, like on the outside, And so
did Monty have cousins her age?
She do.
Okay.
But it probably wasn't as many girls as it was when I was coming up. Okay. So maybe that's the difference.
So you hung with your boy cousins, but you also were around the girl cousins, right?
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But what's to look at there is that you could be sisters or brothers and have 2 totally different experiences in life.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is what I remember, this is what you remember, and this is where you went, this is where I went.
And that's the thing, because, so let me bring it back.
Okay.
Growing up, I'm from Southside. I'm not gangbanging.
Yeah, no, but go ahead.
But I'm from Southside Compton.
Yeah.
Crip, of course. And so my dad's side of the family is from there. And it's very controversial, right? Mm-hmm. And then my mom's side of the family is from West Side, and that's where J3 and them come through, right? So my life kind of been like filled with controversies.
Yeah.
If you know the South Side,
'cause you're on this side, and then you're on this side.
And if you know the South Side story, with the Tupac and the Biggie shit, like, and so I come from that family, where it's like, okay, what's up? Like, Tupac
on you.
On me.
Yeah.
But it made,
it made you stronger.
It made you, because niggas, people at school, they fuck with you because of that, right? Yeah. But then when we was on Twitter, when Twitter came around,
on you.
Death threats.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn. But I've always been in a space where I'm in this entertainment, kind of like entertainment, hip hop, type shit. So Yeah, I just feel like I'm more of a guy's like, girl, because I'm always in some shit with men.
Yeah.
I'm hanging with my guy,
boys,
my boys. And even growing up in the South Side, like, it's outside with the homies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So let me get to this, because you talked about that's got to be navigating that alone right there. Like finding your way and navigating that. And I'm here and then I'm here. And then the eyes are on me under the microscope, because people love somebody and will hate somebody they have no idea who they are.
Right.
Just because of this connection here.
Yes.
And having to be careful about what you say and what you share and being on your P's and Q's. So
yeah.
How did you said your second boyfriend and going into Bad Peace podcast and all this, and you were recovering from the trauma of the second boyfriend? If you are willing
I'm
to,
open.
Okay.
Ask me anything.
Definitely don't want to talk about some shit that.
No, I'm good.
What? Let's describe the trauma. Like you said, he was verbally abusive, and he was financially abusive. You know, you try to keep people broken so that they need you, right?
Right.
So if I can break her, and then she can look at me as her captor, like I can save you.
Yeah, you're my savior.
Is a tactic that a lot of people, not just men, a lot of people, it could be family members, it could be this. And to be such a beautiful young lady, right?
Thank you.
To be such a beautiful young lady, and I'm older, I look at you like a baby. You know what I mean? Like, it's like how we can be in such a vulnerable state that we can believe somebody's lie about us.
It's so crazy.
Like,
I don't know how that happens. I
completely believe your lie about me when I've known me my whole life, but I've given you control because I love you. Right. And now I value your word as if it's in all be all.
Yeah, like it's law and it's not.
How did that happen? Just for the women out there and for the men out there, how did that happen? Like, talk about it.
So, first of all, my dad always been on my back. Like, you can't have a boyfriend. You can't go to prom until it's your year. Like, I've always kind of been sheltered in the sense of not having a boyfriend.
Okay.
So this is my first boyfriend. That was something, but it wasn't really, it wasn't that deep.
It wasn't deep.
Yeah. But this one, I don't know. I think it was because he was the boogeyman in the streets.
Okay.
And, I'm this girl. He's that guy. Yeah. And
the hood fairy tale.
Yeah, it's like a hood fairy tale. He starts, taking care of my car note. And, so I'm like, okay. He has this house that is nice and all of this. And so.
How old are you at the time?
19.
Hoo-wee.
20.
Baby.
Yeah. Baby.
Very impressionable.
And so, when you come from not knowing how to be in a relationship, or, this is a guy that you kind of like, okay, he knows things. He has a great job, or he's doing that, and he's in the streets.
Yeah.
And he making money that way. He's taking care of me. Okay, I'm rolling. Yeah. And they flood you with this love, and then it switches. And now you find yourself, you're in love.
Head over heels.
And so now you find yourself where he starts doing things and you make it okay.
You start making excuses for him.
You make excuses for him.
He's only doing this because he loves me.
Right. Or he, he don't want to see me. Yeah, okay. He don't want to give me the money for the rent because I said that I messed
it up.
Yes.
You start blaming yourself.
Yes.
I shouldn't have did that.
I shouldn't have did that. And then it's like, okay, now you're cheating on me. You're multiple times. You're cheating on me. And I pay the bills. I run it. I'm doing this and I'm doing that.
I pay to play.
Okay. You're right. And it's like, no, in hindsight, it's not okay. Regardless, like you don't treat people like that. So we have this place, and finally I got fed up and I'm like, I'm leaving. and the place is in my name. Mm-hmm. And he says, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. I'm gone. Yeah. Well, if you leaving, then I ain't paying this rent no more. You gonna have an eviction on. That's gonna be on you. You gonna have an eviction on your credit.
Hang that over your head. Here's another thing.
Yeah. And I'm already knowing, about credit and all this at the time. So I'm like,
oh, I can't have that on my record.
Oh, yeah, I can't have that.
And credit can, at a point in time, is a boogeyman for us.
Yes.
Like, it's over.
Yeah.
If my credit gets messed up here, it's over.
It's over. I am not going to be able to do nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck. Damn, I got to stay.
Predatorial.
Yes.
Let me use this over.
You think you about to go somewhere. Okay. Yeah, nigga ain't going to want you. Look at you. You ain't Beyonce.
Oh, my, yeah.
Okay. You right. Maybe they won't want me. You right. Damn. So I'm stuck. And then it was continuous, like continuously cheating until it got on social media. Once it got his social media, I'm like, okay, no, girl.
Yeah.
Now you're really being embarrassed.
Yeah.
You need to step it up. Get your mind together.
Not only are you attacking me personally, now I'm being attacked publicly. The world knows I'm putting up with this.
Right.
Like.
No. So I finally said, okay, the lease is up, or, in the next month, maybe I could pay this last, little rent and go back home. Mm-hmm. But I'm so fucked up. Mm-hmm. I didn't even go back home. I went to his parents' house.
What?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I went to his parents' house because I still wanted that connection. And it's just like it's so desperate.
But it's not your. But the thing is, that's not your fault. Yeah. That's a systematic thing. Like, let me break down. Let me break down till you're here. Mm-hmm. Then now you need me for everything. But then when you try to break away, you don't know how to be without me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't even know how to think or like have a good time, or there's no freedom.
Right.
There's no free thought of you just doing something for yourself. It's all about this imagery, this person.
Right. And then he had kids too.
Oh, and so you're attached
to So calling me mom, and I'm throwing birthday parties for the kids. And it's like a real like family dynamic. And so I'm like, damn, what about the kids? Like, that's going to fuck me up.
Yeah.
Like, but I had to let it go.
You had to prioritize yourself. Yeah. You had to put yourself first.
Yeah, because now you bring in the girl that you cheating with. She didn't come inside the house, but I heard her outside.
Yeah.
And at that point, I didn't even do nothing. I was just like, you know what? Take your ass to your mama's house.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah.
At this point, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So why... This is just me just asking questions, Mm-hmm. I have so many because it's like talking to my I'm just looking at my daughter, you know what I mean? Like, not saying you're my daughter, but just the conversations that I need to have with her as a father and the connection so I can help through these situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Whatever I can do to help. Why did you go to your father? Did you talk to him about this situation? Or were you scared of what the outcome would have been?
Okay, so this is another thing that had a whole different added a whole different like layer to it.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm from the South. Mm-hmm. This dude, he's from a rival gang hood.
Okay.
So
it would have kicked some shit off.
At first, it was I gave him a whole different name. I was calling him Jamal. So nobody knew. God. Nobody knew.
So it started off lying to your dad.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Then
Tati.
I got pregnant.
Oh.
With twins.
Oh my goodness.
I got pregnant with twins, and
how early on in the relationship?
It probably was like 6 months.
Okay.
6 months in, and it was so, first of all, like I said, no boyfriends, so at the time I was staying at my parents' house, mm-hmm. and I had my prenatal vitamins on my dresser. Nobody knew I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And my mom came in my room. I don't know if I was in the bathroom or what. Mm-hmm. And she said, what the hell is this? Yeah. All hell broke loose. She's pregnant. I get kicked out. So now I'm stressed the fuck out. Stressed out. I go stay with my my auntie. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I was there for like maybe a month and a half. Cause I was almost at 3 months. Mm-hmm. And I had a miscarriage.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that was tough, you know, but I got through it. But with me having a miscarriage, I got to go to the hospital. So this is how everything starts coming out. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's this nigga.
Oh. That got her.
Yes. A nigga from a whole different hood, boogeyman. He, you know, what are you doing?
Right. My baby.
Yes.
My baby.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I didn't feel like comfortable telling him, my dad, everything that was going on.
So you couldn't even.
Yeah.
You couldn't even do the daughter-father thing because of the barrier in between.
Right.
There's a barrier. I can't even share these things because of all these other variables.
Yes. Like I said, my life my life is like full of controversy. Like it was really big in our hood.
It's the beginning of your life.
Yeah.
Like it's going from childhood
to Tupac shit to
like young adult, and just going into adulthood.
Before this even happened, like I told you, I'm hanging with the gang members. I'm outside. And like, I don't know if everybody can see, like, I have scars on my face. Mm-hmm. So I'm still in high school. This is my senior year. And I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, but okay. I'm just telling you, like,
this is a conversation. This is just a conversation.
This is how like my life is like so fucking crazy. It's like series of controversy. But I was supposed to be going to a party.
Okay.
And
house party.
Okay.
Compton.
But yes, but my parents didn't play that shit. Right. You're not going to no parties. So I'm telling them, oh, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep over at my cousin's house. We having a sleepover.
Right.
So my cousin, you know, well at the time I'm driving, so I think I drove out there, and so we go meet up at my cousin's house, and I didn't know that we was about to be in the car with some of the. It wasn't our hood.
Some other hood. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we on our way to the party, and we on the freeway. On the side of us, you know, we in a little traffic. It's a white Acura. And, you know, back in the day, they used to have, like, the TVs in the car. Mm-hmm. He playing Pyro Love. Mm-hmm. The niggas in the car, like, where the shit at?
Yeah.
Pass me the shit. Let off. Oh, man. Niggas start chasing us.
Yep.
I'm like, fuck, like, why
am I in this?
What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Y'all got females in the car.
Right.
Y'all don't give a shit, huh? They don't give a shit. Boom, niggas start chasing. Now, shit jam. You know, you ain't hit your target.
Yeah.
So.
And now they on us.
Now we gotta find a way out of this situation.
Yeah.
We taking them, you know, okay, we got to go back to one of our hoods.
Back to the hood.
One of the hoods, let them know.
Call somebody, they behind
come
us.
Outside.
Yeah.
You know, and we got off the freeway. Mm-hmm. And this is like where the 105, like off, that's not Rosecrans. But whatever. Mm-hmm. We get off the freeway. It's an off ramp right here. And we like right here. The nigga hit us from the back, and we going into all of the oncoming traffic that's getting off of the freeway. Light flash before, like, boom. I don't even know, like, what the fuck happened? Yeah. I wake up in the ambulance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened? And it's blood just squirting out of my head like a fucking fountain. Like, what's happening? And then I found out, like, you know, shit start coming back to you when you start talking to people. But I'm in the hospital, like, and everybody coming in there, like, you gonna be okay, you know, woo. I'm in the hospital, knees fucked up, face busted open. They like, don't give her a mirror. She can't see herself. I'm looking like that fucking elephant man.
Yeah.
Up in
Swollen
there.
Up, opened up, wounds.
Right before prom.
Cuts. Yeah. Woo-hoo.
I'm a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Cheer career over. Like, just fucking up.
One night.
One night.
One decision. And you're not even supposed to be there.
I'm not even supposed to be there. I'm lying to my parents. I'm just outside fucking up.
Hey, life come at you fast.
It do.
It comes at you fast.
It do. And you know, that's the thing too is, you know, you think you a pretty girl. I just think about
Oh, shoot. You go from that into the relationship and then thinking about the scar. Yes.
Yes.
Damn, Tati. Like, I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you. You know what I mean? Like your growth and your maturity to be able to share these things for anybody. It could be a guy going through some shit. It might be a man that's like, damn, I do that predatorial shit. Mm-hmm. Like, some people don't even know. You
don't realize that you really can mess somebody up. And it took me a while, like, getting out of that relationship. Still, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm leaving, but shit, if nobody want me, fuck it, you know?
And the crazy thing is, Tati, like, with women looking from the outside, you never know the hurt or the damage that somebody has. Mm-hmm. Like, we're looking for, oh, she's bomb. She's pretty, got body down. Look at her nails. Look at her feet. She got a whip and this, and you just thinking, like, from the outside, like, yes.
Yeah, she got it.
But there's so much going on inside that nobody knows about. Mm-hmm. Who did you Did you end up communicating with anybody? Did you end up sharing that, or was it really the journal and the?
It was really just the journal. I never even told my sisters that he told me, ain't nobody gonna want me. Yeah. But then I learned, like, okay, I went outside. Or no, actually.
I went outside and niggas was all me. Getting all this attention. I'm popping out there.
Wait. So my brother started rapping. And like I told you, like, it's hip hop, like the culture. My brother started rapping. And he was rapping with the niggas from AOB. Mm-hmm. And I seen a nigga. And I'm like, damn, I'm going to get him.
You manifested it? Like, that's the nigga I want.
That's the nigga that I want. And so...
oh, shit.
And so it came to fruition.
Yeah.
It came to fruition. And I okay, me and this nigga rolling. This is how I met AD.
Okay.
This is how I met AD. And so I'm talking to, you know, his homeboy. And... Compton. But, you know, his friend ain't from the... But that's how I met AD. And this is back maybe... how old was I? Like 24.
Okay.
24, 25. So, yeah, me and AD became like this. And just recently when y'all had the picnic...
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you abandoned me. I'm like, no, you my dog. Like, we just, you know.
Like, nah, we good, homie.
Yeah. And then I sent him some of his old music. He like, damn, like, you really was my dog. But yeah, so I bagged a nigga that I wanted. And then after that.
That's a confidence boost.
Yeah, after that, it was another nigga. Mm-hmm. And he a producer from Atlanta. And he want me?
Right.
What? Okay.
Blushing and shit like, okay, I'm that bitch right now.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Okay, yeah, what's up? So he pull up, I'm on tour. Pull up. But you know, with niggas like that, they want you to be on call whenever they say come. Yeah. And, you know.
Be at my beck and call.
Right.
Answer the call, be here when I need you. Yeah.
Yeah.
If not, somebody
else gonna do it. And I just, because my dad, he was one of them niggas. He was making that money. So my mom never worked. Mm-hmm. Or she, you know, she'll have a job here and there, but if he went to jail or whatever the case may be. But
There was no need.
So for me, when a dude is like that, I'm going to work for myself.
Right.
I see how, even with going through with, financial stability, I have to have my own.
Yeah.
I can't depend on a nigga no more. I can't.
Because you give too much power to that person.
You give too much power. And then when you're gone, then what? I have to pick up the pieces. I'm not doing that. I'm going to have my own all the time.
Okay.
From there forward. But I seen what was going on with my mom too. And I'm like, I would never want to be like that.
Yeah.
And then I ended up being like with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, but.
Because whether we realize it or not, we emulate what we see. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because that's a comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because I know, actually, I've seen this.
Yes.
I know how to be this.
Yes.
But we have to break those chains.
And that's the thing, too. Even with my dad being that dude, I'm like, I want a nigga like that.
Like my dad. You want what you see.
Yeah. And I got that. Mm-hmm. Even though, like, I mean, I don't know, what was going on in their relationship. Mm-hmm. I can't say that, my dad was treating my mom like that. I can't say that. Mm-hmm. But, like, with him, I'm thinking that's where I'm.
There's two sides to the coin, though. There's the man that takes care of his woman because that's my woman.
Yeah.
And I want the best for you. I want you to be able to have a good life. I don't want you stressing. I don't want you. But then there's the other side of the coin that's like,
who's abusive.
I want you to depend on me for everything.
Yes. And that's what I got instead of the other side.
We got to teach about both sides of that coin.
Yeah.
We got to teach about that.
Yeah. Everything that glitters is not gold.
For sure.
At all. So yeah, like that relationship really taught me a lot.
And then, but the guy, the producer and this and that. So it sounds like, okay, people don't think I am what you told me.
Yes.
That's a confidence boost. Booster. That's a great booster in confidence, as in, okay, I am appealing.
Yes.
I am easy on the eyes. I am sought after.
Right.
But what about the inside journey, the inside healing?
I think that still was ongoing at the time that I was dealing with them.
Yeah.
Because it's still, especially the producer, you're a high caliber nigga.
Yeah.
So there are girls out there that you still thinking. There's people out there that look better than me. Yeah. It's people out there that, was going to jump when you say come. So it was still a lot to work
process
through.
Yeah. We're all a work in progress, but defeating those traumas, it comes out at times that you didn't know it was coming out. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it may affected certain things in the relationship or made you weary or paranoid or about certain things. Like, I'm not tripping. Like, why are you tripping?
Yeah.
Like, chill.
Chill.
Like, I can't because of past things.
Yeah.
So in future relationships, I'm not sure if you're in a relationship now, but say if you are or in a future relationship, how do you stop those ugly traumas from rearing their face? You know what I mean?
I've actually learned to, let go. I seen a lot of interviews with Lauren London.
Okay.
Nipsey's
okay.
And I had to come to a realization that you don't own people. We don't own whoever that we're dealing with.
You don't own anybody.
Right. And so I feel like if somebody's doing, as far as cheating, I'm talking about as far as cheating. If somebody's cheating, it has nothing to do with you. It's not me. It's not that I'm ugly. It's not that I'm, not cooking.
It's none of that.
It's none of that. It has nothing to do with me. Has
everything to do with the cheater. Everything to do with the cheater.
And my thing is, if they don't want to be with you, just go.
Right.
And since maybe my third relationship, if a nigga cheated on me, bye. No games.
Yeah. That's your non-negotiable.
Yes.
Like this is.
If I find out, it's over with.
Do you tell?
I tell.
Pre-relationship or prior to the relationship, like, hey, this is what I am willing to do it, and this is what I'm not. You do this, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. I'm not doing it because for what? If you don't see my value, we're not meant to be then.
Right. Because you're speaking to a cheater.
Yeah.
I was a habitual cheater. Like, that's just how I grew up. Was just like, oh, more girls, the better. This is like, and never did I know that there's trauma also involved with that shit.
Yeah.
Know? And so me trying to fill a hole that no woman can fill. And then women thinking that I can fill that void.
Mm-hmm.
No. that cheating is not because of you. The cheating is not because, oh, I don't like you or this and that. It's because there's damage. Like, let that person go and heal. Because guess what? The process of letting that person heal through the relationship with you is a painful, process for you, because then you're just putting up with it. And I'm speaking from the cheater's point. It's a selfish, greedy thing to do. And I had to realize, like, fuck, like, people value sex.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, they're like, to me, it may just be, oh, I was just doing my thing, like, whatever. But to somebody else, to you, to your significant other, it may be sex is the most important thing. This is how we show you that I love you. This is how I'm giving you me. Intimacy.
Yes.
And that's what it is. That's the word.
Yes.
I never learned intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of men.
And I think,
we don't learn the intimacy and the exchange of energies and spiritual exchange. It's just like, oh, we're just adding a notch to the belt.
Right. It's just a thought to y'all. Like, it's not that deep.
It's not that deep, but it is deep. And we need to think differently because of soul ties and who you're laying with and what you're taking back with you. It's so real. And once we start valuing sex in that way, sex becomes more than sex. It's making love. It's sharing. It's exchanging. It becomes a way more beautiful thing.
Right. Because when you have that, like, love and that, like, connection and that energy for each other, baby, it goes up.
It goes up, and it's like,
it's a different feeling. You will look
at other stuff and be like, I can't even have that with you.
Yeah, I don't even, like, that ain't a good feeling.
It's not a good feeling.
It's not the feeling that I get from when I'm with that other person.
Right.
So why am I doing it?
What am I doing here?
Yeah.
That's I think that's key for us to learn as young black men. I don't know, just young black men, young black and brown men.
Brown too.
Just about intimacy. Like, dude, like the importance of what we're sharing. Like, and the men, we grew up in a time where it's like, shut up, be tough. Chill out. Like, not know, like if you said you loved a girl, how you a buster?
Yeah.
You a simp, like, you a weirdo. But now it's like, we're in a space where we need somebody.
Yes.
We need to realize that, like, you could do things on your own. You could get through life on your own. But when you share life with somebody,
it's so much more powerful. Very,
very powerful. So much more impactful, so much more beneficial. And then other people get to see that.
Yes.
Like, they get to see, like, oh, shoot.
That's a beautiful bond. Boom. Look at them. It's like, it's so powerful. Like, to look at somebody's love for each other and, like, that's they ride or die.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's a beautiful thing to me. That's why I always value, like, I love love.
Right.
I love to see it.
That's the beautiful thing right there. But that's beautiful. The phoenix rising from the fire.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you could have chosen to be just hurt and bitter. Mm-hmm. You could have chosen that. But you choosing to be more and to still have your eye and manifest what you want in life.
Yeah, and I know it's going to come.
It's going to come. It's going to come. And being confident and being courageous about what you want. You know what I mean? Like, be courageous. Like, this is what I want in life, and this is what I'm demanding.
That healing, it really got me there. It really got me there. And I was like, you know what? It's going to come. God is going to bless me. God is going to bless me because I dealt with so much, and I didn't have to.
And you didn't run away from God.
But, mm-hmm. God has always been there for me. And he, even when I was at my lowest,
mm-hmm.
he picked me up.
Right.
And I'm here.
Look at you smiling.
I'm
here, living life, working, doing what you want to do.
And like you mentioned working, right? And I was thinking recently, because I work in a field where crime scene evidence, right? Mm-hmm. And so
Is that CSI?
Something
Is that what CSI means?
Yes.
Crime scene
investigation.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so
that's dope. What? Okay.
Yeah, okay. I do. And
oh shoot.
What?
So you see some stuff.
Exactly.
Oh damn! I'm sorry. I did that. Just hit my bad.
Yes.
Like it just hit me. Like oh shoot! Like
I see it a lot. Okay. I see a lot, and I'm like, is this where I'm supposed to? Because I feel like it's starting to affect my energy. And
okay, I don't see how it couldn't though. Like
yes,
like because how do you compartmentalize that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that's very very hard.
It's crazy. And I actually used to think that I wanted to go to the scene and take pictures.
Yeah,
but then it's like, oh my God, what if you on the scene and you see a baby? And granted, I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah.
And that's still hard. So actually being on the scene so I'm like, no. So I go another route, but at the same time, I'm still seeing it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, is this affecting my energy as far as my life? Like I want to be more uplifting and not saying that I'm not, but I feel like
it might be bringing your energy down.
And I got to get out of that.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, okay, get back on your shit. Get back on your podcasting. Get back, start making content, you know, because I feel like God has always told me that that's where I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Even, like I said, sorry.
No, that's me.
With my brother starting, or even for my little cousin,
right
back when we was in Granny bathroom rapping, like I've always had a niche for content, I guess, or you know, creating something.
That energy,
being creative,
energy of creating shit.
Yeah, because I was an engineer. I learned how to engineer. Mm-hmm. I learned how to record videos. I made a little trailer for my brother for his for one of his
so
mixtapes.
You're multifaceted. You're multi-talented. And
so like God always put me in those places where even my dad, he had his rapping studio. Me and my girls, we were in a group singing, and like, why are you trying to be in that space when you can do something that's, you know, creative?
Yeah.
And I think that's where I need to be. I need to get back to that. So hopefully, you know, one day it'll take off.
It will. But anything you put the time into.
Yeah, I have to be consistent.
You're going to get out of it what you put into it. Yeah. And your story, your like everything about it is just leading to success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just bunkering down and staying focused on what it is that you want.
Yes.
And this is what Tati wants.
Yes.
This is what I want for myself. It don't matter what you want for me, you want for me. What makes me happy? What am I passionate about? And go after that. Because if you are going after something that you enjoy, doing something that you enjoy, and I feel like I'm at my first time doing it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like so proud of you, because like I said, from you being on AceBoy, you said you didn't know what you was getting into.
Nothing.
You know.
Getting in trouble with Yam Cam.
Yes.
Getting in trouble with that stuff, and like having to be like, shit, I better build out of this.
Take the opportunity.
You're going to take all these hits and all this damage and maybe trouble here and trouble there for nothing, just to be sitting here.
Yeah.
And then I like took a step back, looked at it, was like, there's a space for everybody. Right. There's room for everybody.
Right.
Like,
what can I create?
What can I create? Okay, I'm going to create the safe space where we can come and just be real.
Right.
Like, leave the narratives at home, leave the character or whatever, the ups and downs. Who are you?
Right. And I love that about this. I love that. Because even, and no shot to ODM Slim, but.
Oh, dude.
That was a great ass interview, right? But in my mind, you know, watching him on other platforms,
you would not know
that's his story. And all you see is this, he loud?
Yeah. This nigga crazy.
Yeah. This nigga always turned up.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But damn.
That's why we're really.
Even with Duno. Like, damn. When he said that he took his last, I think he said $1,000 or $2,000.
And put it on himself.
I was like, fuck. I need to do that.
You got to
I have to bet on myself.
Bet on yourself.
So I love this reality check because it's inspiring. Mm-hmm. It's inspiring to, like, you never know what gems you're going to get out of who you having a conversation with.
And it's the thing that's... Go ahead.
Sorry. No. But you're not going to get that on Ace. Like, we having fun on AceBoyz Worldwide. We turning up. But here, we going to get that.
Kick your shoes off. Let's talk. What's up? What's going on? And what's the most beautiful thing about it to me is that there's gems and jewels in every conversation. And I grew up learning that some of the best conversations I had was when I was on the street, sleeping on the streets or at abandoned houses and talking to homeless people. You know what I mean? Like you think you can judge them and be like, oh, but some people were accountants, executives, fell on hard medical issues and lost everything. It's some great conversations. Yes. And that's what I'm trying to create here is that for people to realize that everybody has value.
Right.
Everybody has some value or worth to them because of their experience is only their experience.
Yeah.
No one else has lived Tati's life.
No.
Nobody. Nobody else has lived Duno's life. You may come from the same place. You could have grown up in the same bedroom.
Right.
You could be 1 year apart. You could be twins.
Right. And you still have a different story.
You have a different story, a different struggle,
experience,
different successes. Mm-hmm. And for people to be able to look at this and be like, oh, shoot, okay, who's Tati? Oh, damn. Tati, damn. Okay, I thought she was this, but then she has these stories behind her that I would have never known if we didn't sit our asses on this couch in this chair and just like, what's up, Tati?
Right.
What's going on?
And who knew? Who knew I was going to talk about the dang on the freeway? Like, I didn't know. But, you know, maybe that's helpful for, I don't know, your demographic, but do not, even for the kids, do not lie to your parents.
No.
Don't lie to your parents because just, if we would have lost our life that night.
Yeah.
And it was very possible. Like, the police pulled up and said they thought it was no survivors.
Right.
They had to use the jaws of life to get one of my cousins out. And she broke both her legs and her pelvis. And
what?
Yes.
Oh, she was tore up.
Tore up.
Broke her pelvis?
Yes. And God bless her still with two kids, you know?
God is good.
Yes. Because they told her in the hospital, no, you're not going to be able to have kids. Because of this. Because of what we
did.
Because who we chose to hang out with.
Right. And that's the other thing that I'm like telling like my son, my daughter, is if you're going somewhere, drive.
Yes.
You be in control of the situation.
Be in control.
Don't just let anybody in your car. Like, and that, Manny was like that.
I see.
Manny was like that. He used to make me walk with a gun on me. Like, nigga, you cannot get from the east side to the north side. Like, he was like, you better catch the bus.
And I ain't mad at him.
And he never budged on it.
But you know what? And you probably thought like this, nigga.
Yeah, you a buster. Yeah. I'm going to get in trouble. Yeah. No, he was like, no, you going to get yourself in trouble. Why did you bring that?
Right.
Like,
what do you need that for?
What do you need that for? Like, because ain't nobody worried about you. And he never budged.
Yeah.
But
you got to stand on your business.
You got to stand on your business and you got to stand your ground. Because who knows? I'd have hopped in that car, it'd been an extra body in the car, police see like, oh, it's 3 niggas in there. Stop them. Mm-hmm. And now and it's just be careful who you riding with. Hang around people of the same yoke, like mind, people that are on the same mission in life. Mm-hmm. Because it'd be just that one stupid ass incident that did change your life. Mm-hmm. But it could have even changed it even worse.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Because I still was in a wheelchair and, I'm still in school.
Right.
So now I'm at school in a wheelchair. What the hell? What? This ain't my life.
This is not my life. I'm supposed to be doing cartwheels
and
flipping with pom-poms.
Yes. Damn, I thought I was going to be a Dallas cheerleader. Ruin my whole cheer dreams.
Right.
But now I can't even walk to class. What? And now I was like, you know what? Just take me out. I'll do homeschool. Because I want to walk.
Yeah, yeah.
And so now I'm like, fuck this wheelchair. I'm about to walk.
Yeah.
But my knees now, they swollen because you think you can walk.
Because you're doing more than what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
You're trying to rush the process.
So I got to finish my senior year on home studies. What?
Ooh, so let me ask this question. did that give you patience? Did that slow you down, like to where it's like you can't just jump from point A
to point? Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. I learned a valuable lesson out of that. Like, even though I still was outside hanging with the thugs and running with the niggas, but
you were more aware.
I was more aware. Like, yeah, I can't be in the car with them like that because you never know what somebody else is thinking. Like you said, hell nah, I'm not about to get in the car with them no more. No gang members.
So dating, I want to talk about dating out here in this in today's environment. What is it like? What is dating right now like? And not necessarily like who you dating or this, but just the element, the dynamics of dating. Have you seen it change?
I would say I don't really date.
Okay.
I don't date. Because when I was in the last relationship, where the nigga cheated on me with so many bitches.
Damn.
I'm like, I don't want to do that no more.
Yeah.
I don't want to experience it.
Yeah.
Like once I found out, like I said, I was out.
Yeah.
But I had chilled out. I'm like, I'm about to be fucking single. I'm not interested in dating nobody.
Focused on you.
Yes. And that's when I really like got into my word. I'm tapped in with God. I started bringing messages at the church.
Really?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes. And so, I just kind of focused on me and God.
Right.
And then I did, start dating someone. And that was something that I've never experienced before. I've never experienced somebody tell me they love me all the time. And
was it weird at first? Or did you welcome it?
But I welcomed it, right? And then I heard him on the phone, his mom, and they like, I love you, and I'm like, damn.
They say I love you. This
is what they do.
Yeah. They express their love.
I never had that. And so I think in my dating, that was like, oh my God, that can be something beautiful.
Right.
And he got off the phone. I'm like, damn, my mama don't tell me she love me when we get off the, or my daddy don't tell me that. Like, we weren't that type of family. And so it just made me think about what do you do, what you deserve. So I'm not interested in going out there and getting nothing less than
what is yours.
What is that? Yeah. So but I do be seeing stuff on the internet and I be like, hell nah.
Yeah, because I've just been looking at stuff. Like, just let's say, first off, commit big kudos to you. That's dope to know your self-worth, your value. Like, I'm not putting up with less than what I want in life. And what's yours is going to come to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if you're living in your walk.
Yes.
And you're living in your path and you're walking that walk with God. God's going to bring you what you want. You know what I mean? Yes. And what is already, like T-Rail said, SB says, it was written.
Right.
It has already been written. Just, you have to do the work. And
do the work. Be patient. And it's going to come.
It's going to come.
And that's the thing too, is don't try to make it come.
Forcing it.
When you forcing stuff, it ain't gonna work.
It's not.
I swear.
You can't fit a square peg in a circle hole. You know what I mean? Like,
and so when people are in those relationships trying to force it,
and then they get stuck.
Oh,
and now you stuck with them. You can't even get it out.
Jesus, right? Come save me.
Save me.
Nurse,
somebody
can you save me? Nurse, can you save me, please?
Shout out to Abby. Nurse, can you save me?
Yes.
Hey, that's real.
So I don't want to be in nothing that ain't for me. I swear to God, I don't. So when I see all this stuff online with these dating stories, and I don't want that.
No,
I could be outside, and if a guy approaches me, and if I'm interested, I'll see what you're about. But you have to stand on your principles. If they ain't meeting those, then I'll go on a date with you, find out about you, and
yay or nay.
Like, yay or nay. And we're not going to waste time.
No. That's how me and my wife came together. I said, but I was serious about finding a wife. I was serious about finding a mother that I could bring to my son. Not that he didn't have his own mom, but in my arena,
that's important.
In my foundation, in my space, there needs to be a good woman here as well.
You have to have those values.
And I was not going to falter on any of that shit. And I got the best woman that I could ever get. You know what I mean?
Look at God.
Look at God. But I told Ayan, I said, early in our dating, I said, yeah, I prayed for you. I asked God for you. And it took her, was this sidekick?
Ooh,
it might have been sidekick time or aim or whatever. Uh-huh. And she did not respond back for like 10 minutes. And I'm at work. I'm like, I blew it. I blew it. I said too much too fast.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I did. But the thing was,
it's the truth.
I was being honest.
Yeah,
I was
like,
I've been with this and been through this and this and that. At this time and point in my life, I don't have time to play or joke around. My son is only getting older.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only getting older, and I'm only like, it's time to stop playing.
Yes.
And so I just was straightforward with everything. I took my son on our first date. She didn't even know.
What?
She was like, it was 4th of July. She came back from, her mom took her on like a 2-week trip to Europe because she graduated and got her master's.
Okay, go ahead, girl.
She was doing that. Like that was her gift. Like graduation gift. And when she got back, I told her, I was like, let's go out on a date. It was 4th of July.
Yeah.
And Obama was running for president. That's how I remember it.
Yeah.
And so 4th of July happened. And she was like, you want to go out on a date? I'm like, yeah. She's like, on 4th of July with me? Like, it's already said. Because
it's a holiday. It's family time.
Yeah.
You and me?
She was like, what? I was like, yeah. She was like, okay. I showed up in a bucket. In a bucket.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to take me as I am. I'm not hiding nothing.
Hello?
I'm not hiding anything. I'm not in the best space. I'm not in the...
But this is me.
But this is who I am.
Yeah.
And she was like,
and this is where I'm at right now.
You brought your son. I was like, yeah, because you need to meet... For me to go forward, I need to know that you are willing to be in a relationship with a man with a child. And not just in a relationship with me, in a relationship with us.
Right. Because we have to have that relationship.
We have to.
If you can't take my child, if you can't nurture him the way that, he needs to be nurtured, then yeah.
And that's how I came.
And that is a test. Because
I gave her the option.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to give her the opportunity to say, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do some unfair shit and try to like drop in.
Blindside or yeah.
I do have this is this and this is that. This is what's going on. But now we've already had sex and you're connected to me. Because also when you have sex, they're also like, damn, I've already had sex with them. Like, okay, let me just push. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to do that.
Yes, make it fake.
Make it fake. And I didn't want it to be unfair.
Yes.
I wanted it to be her honest decision to be able to look at what I had and be like,
I'm rolling.
Yeah. And that's what God set up. But I put God first. In my life from that day, from 4th of July, my life changed.
That is so wonderful, though.
It changed from that day.
That is crazy, huh?
It's crazy when I look back on it. I was in the mindset, I'm about to go to jail. I'm not going to pay these tickets.
Oh, just take me to jail.
Just take me to jail. I just go, and she's like, no, you're not.
Right. But like, that's what a woman is going to do.
I was like, yeah, I'm not. She's like, I'll pay it. Like, I'm just going to pay it. I was like, no, I'm going to go. Just give me the money that you was going to use to pay it. I'm going to do the 5 days,
Rios.
2 days. And you could just give me the money afterwards. She was like, hell no.
I'm going to whoop your ass.
And that's what you just said. That's how she was. She was like, are you crazy?
Right.
And that shit showed me something.
But that is so like that's your mentality at the time. That's where you were at.
That's where I was at.
But your woman.
My woman.
She changed your whole mindset.
She was like, no. Yeah. This is not what we're going to do.
But that's what a relationship is about too.
Right.
It's a partnership and we're learning from each other. We have to grow with each other.
And I was a mess. She'd be like, let's talk about how you feel or this, like, let's talk about that. I ain't talking about emotions, and nothing's wrong with being gay. I'd be like, that's some gay shit.
No, really.
Like that, like I literally, if Ayana comes down here, she'll tell you, I'd be like, hey, that's some gay shit. I ain't talking about how I feel.
It's so programmed for us to be like,
that's a female trait, or that's some woman shit. That's weak. That's some weak stuff.
Yeah.
And having to really what it is weak not to talk about it because you can't deal with it.
Talk that talk.
It's weak because you're scared to talk about the shit that's hurting you because of what judgment may come, what somebody or what emotion might come out. So you just like, I ain't talking about that shit. It's
right.
weak.
And you keep it bottled up.
Bottled up because you're afraid of the outcome of sharing. And I gain strength through opening up and sharing.
Because it feels so much better.
It feels better. And then to know like, I'm controlling this shit now. Like I'm taking power.
Yes.
Over this shit. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed of what I went through, and what I went through and what I did was not my fault.
Right.
I didn't give myself grace.
Exactly. And that's what we have to do. We have to learn how to do that, because if you don't, you'll be stuck. You'll be stuck forever.
What we say, the square peg?
Yes. You'll be stuck.
You'll be stuck in a place that's not even healthy.
No, it's not.
And then you'll be in a healthy place, an unhealthy place, and you'll be so used to unhealthy
that it becomes normal. And then you don't know what grace is. You don't know how to give yourself grace. You don't.
He ain't yelling at me.
Yeah.
Or she ain't being abusive to me. Or she don't love me. Mm-hmm. Because that's what you're used to. My last one used to do this, and you're not doing that.
Yeah.
It's a trip how our brain is intertwined with what we receive. And that's why I've been a big proponent later in life of not whooping.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't never whoop my daughter ever. Just be on some nigga shit. Like, I hit my daughter, you know what I mean? But even with my sons, with Xander, like, I'll rough him up, like pull him in, like, hey man, what are you doing? But it's like, I don't ever want to attach pain or physical harm to love.
Yes.
I never want to attach that shit. I'm doing this because I love you. I'm whooping your ass because I'm your dad, or I love you.
Yes.
I am 43. You're 9 years old. You mean I can't figure out a way to talk to you?
Right.
To be impactful and to change?
And that's my thing in relationships. And, for me, I've never been that I'm busting your windows, I'm slashing your tires. For what? That's abusive.
That is.
And it's not. And like you said, people will get that mistaken as, oh, she loved me.
Yeah.
No, that's not love. That's not what love look like. And so I'm glad, with your kids, you learn, like, I don't want me getting a belt and whooping them to think that abuse is love.
Is love. And then I also started thinking, like, I got homies and I got my ass whooped. Nigga, we got our ass whooped all the time.
Yeah.
And we was still
outside
messing up. And I've seen bad whoopings that we would like that gone through. And that didn't help. It didn't stop none of the jail time. It didn't stop none of the stuff that we were doing.
So what is it doing?
Because we're building a standard for violence and
hello.
Like, so I'm like, this shit don't work. Like, yeah, your kid may do something and you pop their butt or whatever, but really,
it don't have to go beyond like, oh, let me go get a switch.
Yeah, it doesn't have to go there. No. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, if you want your kid not to touch something hot, you don't want them to have to touch something hot to learn.
To find out. But
from my older son, I think until he was about 4, like, I used to pop him. You know what I mean? Like, and whoop him, like getting whoopings. But it was like, you're whooping yourself. Mm-hmm. You're whooping your own inadequacies as a parent.
Right.
So you're whooping your child for being what you made.
Hello? Because and then that's the thing too, is do you see yourself in your kid and you know what you used to do or what you used to go through?
Exactly.
Why?
You are whooping.
Set a different standard.
You're whooping your inefficiency as a parent.
Yeah.
Because if you...
Woo, that's a bar.
As a bar, you're beating and whooping your inefficiency as a parent. Yes. Really, you should be whooping your own ass.
Right.
Whoop your ass as a parent because your kid is acting up, doing shit like this. Guess why? Most of the time.
And that's the thing, like you said, talking I feel like it's way more powerful than that.
It is. And it's been passed down. Oh, this is what my mom did. Or this is what my mom did. And this, so like.
It creates a better relationship too. I think, in my opinion.
It does. It's definitely creates a more honest bond.
Yes.
You know what I mean? A more natural, organic, like, my dad will never hurt me. You know what I mean? Like, my dad, he'll never intentionally do anything. So when I'm talking to you and I'm telling you something, I would never intentionally or do something that is going to be for a worse outcome for you.
Right. And I love that. I love that you have that relationship with your kids. I be seeing it, and I be like, oh, he be saying, give me a hug before you leave. And it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Because, like I said, I didn't get that. And so when I see it, I'm like, that is so fucking, like, beautiful.
And look, I tried to ruin this at one time.
And, yeah.
Look at, like...
And what you have is such a blessing. You don't even know.
Like, I've done things to ruin this. You know what I mean? Like, to ruin what God had planned for me. But thank God that he opened all of our eyes.
Yes.
That we're on the path that we're on. But, like, I did things in this relationship and marriage that could have ruined this. Like, but it's not even...
And thank God that he put it on her heart to, like, stay and work this out with you. Because imagine yourself without it.
Oh, my goodness. And we be getting into little, like, tips or whatever. Like, just listen. Can you just...
Yeah.
Wait, you're already talking. Like, I'm just trying to tell you about this. And it's, like, so worth it. I'd much rather have those situations with her because I couldn't imagine life without my family.
Right.
This beautiful thing, getting to see my kids in the morning and this and that. I come from a divorced marriage.
Household.
You know what I mean? A diverse household. And it's just like, I would never want that for my kids.
Yeah.
Like, I would never want them to not be able to be like, Dad, can you do this? Or can you?
Right.
I want that for them.
And I love that.
And I'm going to make it work and do the work that it takes. And it's Ayana. One of the bars that I said with Luck was, because Luck has changed his life.
Mm-hmm.
He's given his life to Christ and he's just following God.
Yeah.
And I told him, my wife's worst trauma is me.
Really?
Like,
you was out here running amok.
But she was having just a good life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there was no pain. There was no hurt. It was like regular parent-daughter stuff. You know what I mean? But she just lived a cookie-cutter life, South Central, going to Palisades.
Got a master's degree.
Got a master's degree. And they did a good job.
Yeah.
But me, I hurt my wife more than what her life was.
Yeah.
But me thinking like, oh, the hurt that I've done to you ain't nothing compared to my trauma.
And that ain't even fair.
That's not fair to compare your trauma to somebody else's.
And what I'm doing to you don't even matter.
Don't even matter. And
because it ain't that deep.
It ain't that deep, but it's deep to them.
It is. Yes.
And so I was like, my wife had to sleep next to her trauma while her trauma dealt with his trauma.
Ooh, Jesus.
Like, she had to sleep next to her trauma while she allowed grace for her trauma to deal with his trauma.
Wow. And how did y'all, like, bring that back in? Like, mend the trauma that you were causing with her?
We're still getting, like, the thing is, when you cause trauma in somebody's life and when you cause pain, it doesn't just go away. Like, it didn't exist. It didn't happen. It probably is still in her head, like, oh, I know where my husband can go. I know he has a little bit of craziness to him or whatever. And you have to pray for your significant other. You have to, like, I'm not drinking. I'm not doing anything. And it's like, this is the first time in my life where I've been me.
That's awesome.
Like, I've been like 100% me.
Can I ask you a question too?
Mm-hmm.
How did you deal with your trauma? What did you do to, like, I mean, I get, like you said, you stopped drinking.
Mm-hmm.
But was there something else that, like...
There's trauma, there's stuff that's happened that I didn't even remember. And the only way that I would see something in a movie and it, like, triggered like certain feelings or whatever, and I'm like, why did that, like... And then my wife, she was like, went to school for, like, therapist or whatever. So she has, like, the DSM. It's like a mental disorder book or whatever. And just started, like, talking to her and, like, through our relationship, like, opening up about certain things. Like, I never, like, I must share, I ain't never told nobody this, but I never wanted to love a girl.
Really?
I never wanted to love a girl because I looked at it like weakness. Like you, and the reason why I looked at it like weakness is because I felt like it would leave you vulnerable. Mm-hmm. Like you can be got. You can get got. Like
you never wanted to get got. You're not going to get me.
You're not going to get me, and then I'm not going to be in some soft spot with you because I saw a dude, and I've never shared this. When I was probably like 16, there was a younger dude that was from another hood, right? And he was a cool little dude, like just a cool dude. He was on the ops, you know what I mean? But I respected his movement, you know what I mean? Like I respected that young nigga's gangster. Like, hey, he's operating like a G. Yeah, you know, even though it was the other side,
right? But you still
you still respected. Like, okay, I got my eye on this little nigga for multiple reasons, but I see you, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do your thing, whatever. But one of my homegirls, they was together. They fell in love, right? And so, and it was like she was a hood booger, you know what I mean? Like she was tough as rocks, tough as nails, but it was beautiful to me. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I was always been a people watcher to sit back and just watch, and like I felt myself like, oh shit, that's dope. You know what I mean? And then we're at a party or we're somewhere. I don't want to say too much. But they're talking like you could just see the love. Like they just gave a kiss or whatever. And I'm just like over here, like boom, like watching this shit. And then like all of a sudden, isn't he just get shot in the head? Boom.
Oh my God.
And that shit fucked me up.
Oh my God.
And I never knew it fucked me up. I was just like, oh, okay. I just was like, oh, whatever, damn. Yeah. You know, a shooting happens and you just get on or whatever. But I never knew the reflection, like reflecting on it, what that did. To me, it was like, oh, shoot, nigga, like, you get got. Like, nigga, you focused on the girl and this and that. You're not paying attention to your surroundings. I was like, I don't want that shit. Yeah. You know, like, I'll just be a beast. I'll just,
I'll stay outside.
I'll stay outside and I'll just, like, fuck with girls here and there. Yeah. But that, like, messed me up. You know, like,
I can see
and it was just like, but I didn't know.
That's what that
was doing. I didn't know that what that was until I started communicating about trauma and things that happened. Like, how many deaths have you seen? And then we start talking about death and this and that. Saw my Uncle Marvin, he killed himself, but it then that and then this and this. Right. Like, and then she just was like, started becoming my outlet. Okay. My outlet, like not even for her to give me an answer, but just
it was getting it off.
And I never talked about this shit. Yes. Never ever talked about any of this stuff. And it was like, damn, as I talked about it, as you get it out, you can hear it. Mm-hmm. And you start putting pieces to the puzzle together. And it's like, oh, and it feels good.
Yes,
getting it
it's
out.
a release. You feel lifted. You feel lighter.
Like way lighter, like, oh shit. And then you get like somewhat of an understanding about yourself. Right. Like, damn, maybe that's why all the dots start connecting. The dots start connecting. When they're in here, it's just all bundled up together. Yes. It's just like,
it's just going.
And it's just all over the place. But when you start getting it out, like you said, journaling, getting the stories out, and I started doing poetry. Like when I got my wife, I started doing more poetry and writing stuff. I used to write her poems all the time. All the time. I love that. Like, and so it was like an outlet, and it started making me realize, like, even throughout our marriage, I still was drinking. I was still like getting rid of hood shit and stuff like that until like where I am right now. Today, I'm the best me I've ever been in my life.
I'm happy for you. No, for real. For real. Because it feels so good to be out of because you start off in a really dark space. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, like you get lighter and lighter and lighter. And the fact that you feel like you're at your best right now, and you are, I see it.
Thank you so much. I see it.
And not that I didn't know you, when you were going through it, but I can see like God gives you, this feeling or this all that you could see the light in somebody else, and you got it.
Thank you so much. I see it in you. You know what I mean? I see it in you, and great things are to come. And it's just the beginning of 2025.
Yes.
It's just the beginning.
And I'm looking forward to.
Like, I'm so excited about what's to come in 2025.
Me too.
Because we're putting our best foot forward. We're leading with love. Leading with love.
Yes.
Leading with communication.
Yes.
Leading with a positive outlook and having a purpose-driven mission.
Exactly.
Like
the purpose.
What's up, babe?
Hi.
Come here.
Tell you how you can't stop communicating.
I love that for him. I love.
But babe,
you're like, maybe not.
Babe, I told her, well, Ayana just tried to bag on me, said now he can't stop communicating. But I become a great communicator, right? Where she's like, can you be quiet? But when we first started.
He was bottled up?
What would I say if you want to talk about emotional stuff?
But you know what? Blessings, and I appreciate you for like helping him out. He needed to get that out. He needs to get that out. So kudos to you.
Were you going to the gym?
Later.
Okay.
I'm about to run an errand.
Okay. That's my wife, Ayana. This is Tati, baby. I'm sorry, I didn't even introduce you guys. But I'm just really, really excited about what we're all doing. You know what I mean? Like, in getting to meet you, getting to know you, and like, this has only been a year since I met you.
Yes.
But I already know that it's a great relationship. It's a great person to know, a great friendship that we can build on. And showing people things like this, like, nigga, we didn't know each other.
No, we didn't.
And I'm a man, you're a woman, but you just met my wife.
Yes.
And my wife is like, hello, how are you doing?
Yeah.
And it's just, we can have these honest, beautiful relationships without having to be this nastiness or predatorial or like.
Right.
We need more spaces like this, more safe spaces.
I just feel like the love, and welcoming, and we were able to, like you said, communicate with each other, and we can have even in the chat. Yeah, it's so positive. I don't know about today. I seen a little that
yeah, this Mac Apollo shit got people turning up. Yeah, like, we gonna return back to normal maybe next Monday. Yeah. This shit is still up. Yeah, and it's like. And I'm trying to be cool and let people get
what they need to get off.
Get it off. Get your narrative off. Let's share. Call in. Talk about it, because just like we said, you need to get.
You have to release it.
You have to release it. Get it out, and then they'll come back down from the anger or whatever it is.
Yeah, but we're in a heightened sense right now.
We're in a heightened sense right now, and I just said it in my life. I was like, I didn't know that the investment was so real.
Right. Like, you don't know that though, right? Because you're in it. And so what's out here is like, but they love y'all. Yeah. They love y'all. So they don't want to see y'all get hurt.
They don't want to see it. And that's the crazy thing. Like, oh shoot, I have to respect that. Yeah. I just saw a dude in the chat. His name is ZG something in the chat. But he was like, hey, I'm the dude that saw you at Costco.
You know what's funny? Oh my God. And it happened a couple times.
Yeah.
But one day I was in court and I was carrying the evidence. Yeah. And a dude ran up to me. He's like, "No ladies' night." I got all this evidence in my hand.
Like, no, not today.
And so I'm walking with a DA. Yeah. I'm walking with a DA, and he like, "What?
What?
Who was that?"
I'm like, oh, nobody knows that. It's crazy, but it's a beautiful thing. But also, the dude said to me, he was like, damn, I feel like I know you. Yeah. And it's like, we are creating a space like where people see a lot of us and we're sharing a lot of us. Yes. And we're putting our shit out there to be open, and we're putting ourselves in vulnerable positions, which is not what's the norm, but the outcome and the benefit that you learning about what I've been through and what I've made it through, what you've made it through, and where we are today can help
someone. You never know.
And if it's just one,
yes,
I hope I can help somebody get through what I went through. If it's just one,
just one. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Yeah, and God put you in that position to do that.
Right.
So please, I mean, you're there. You're not taking take full advantage.
We are here
of the moment.
We are here, and whatever it is, that anything that you need, anything that you want to do, any ideas, any questions that you have, I'm here to help with whatever. You and Monty.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you guys are a blessing. You're a blessing to me.
You.
And I appreciate you beyond what you know. For what you did today, coming here, sharing just this beautiful spirit, this beautiful young lady, being able to share your trials and tribulations in life. Because trials and tribulations help nobody if we don't share.
Share it, yeah. And like, even with me sharing how I built my confidence back up, like I didn't know that it was going to help, or bring so many women to say, oh my God.
Right.
I went through the same thing. Or
we're more alike and share the same experiences with more people than what we think.
Yes. And it's some people that's like, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do? And I'm not no expert, but whatever God gives me to give to somebody else,
you got it.
I have to give it. I have to share it. So that's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do is share whatever God gives me. And
it's a book.
Yeah.
Your book, right? Like I tell people about the 48 Laws of Power. Like it's a great book. It's this and that. But I tell them I don't use those things that are taught in there against people. I use them to see people using them against me. Like people that will step on you for anything to try to get to the top. Like certain terminology, like I'm aware of it for other people. I'm not going to use it to do the things because I'm going to be honest with what I'm doing.
Right.
But what you're sharing is a book, is your book. Your life is a book.
Yes.
And people don't have to read it. They can hear it.
Right.
And use it to their advantage. Like, okay, let me use that in my life. Let me see if I can do what Tati says she did.
Yes.
And so if we keep sharing, we're just like an open book and people get to read by watching. And it's out here forever.
Yeah. I love that, we're in that position because we come from so many, like you said, trials and tribulations. And I know there's other people out there that has trauma and, just like I said, when ODM said that, damn, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, shout out to him.
Shout out to ODM Slim.
Yeah. And,
shout out to you.
Yeah.
Shout out to me. Shout out to everybody.
Everybody that overcame. And
guess what? Everybody's life has overcome something.
Yes.
It may be somebody that overcame eating Pop-Tarts.
Right. Right.
Like,
because let's get to it, not addiction. For real. Like, my mom, and I don't mean to have no stereotypes, but my mom is Mexican. And, she a little mud, whatever. But mostly Mexican family, alcoholism runs crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was on my way there.
Yeah.
But I seen it. I'm like, I'm riding around with alcohol in my trunk. Mm-hmm. I'm taking a little shot on my brake.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, girl, I'm in the strip club going up.
Yeah.
And the stripper's like, oh, is this bitch? She taking all our money.
Oh, damn.
Someone
gotta get her to sit her ass down.
Get her up out of here. And I wasn't even a stripper. I'm not taking off my clothes. Yeah. I'm just like,
just getting it.
Yeah, niggas see you, they throwing, but I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And so my thing is like overcoming alcohol. Like I see myself becoming an alcoholic, and I'm like, nah, that's not. I'm not going down. No, I'm not going down that right.
Because you've seen it.
Yeah,
you've seen it, and it's such a norm in both cultures. Like if we're having a party, there's drink.
Yeah.
If we're not turning up, what are we doing? Like if we ain't doing I had to get to a spot where I was just comfortable enjoying life without nothing.
Exactly.
Like, I can have a good time now without nothing.
Yeah, and they'd be like, you drunk? I'm like, hell nah. I ain't no drink.
I'm good. I go into the amusement park. I don't need nothing. I'm going to this. I don't need that. Like, I go to the movies. I don't got to get high. I can watch a funny movie without being...
Right.
Like, and that's just me being happy with where I'm at. Now, I'm not saying that later on in life, when I'm going to make it goal-oriented. Yeah. Like, I'll smoke a joint when I get to the spot I want to be at.
Yeah, right.
When I get the house on the hill and I'm looking over the beach, I'll blaze one for the nation.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
one for the nation.
One for the nation. Like we did it. You know what I mean? And I could kick my shoes off and kick up, but right now it's all grind hustle.
Yes.
Like, and I can't indulge in anything that's gonna slow me down right now.
Right. And you have to know, and the beautiful thing is you know that.
I feel it, I know it, and if I if I was drinking, I wouldn't have never done Ace Boys Worldwide. First of all, my wife wouldn't have let me do it.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be like,
yeah.
And you're not going to be driving from someplace drunk or tipsy.
Ooh.
And so even if I was just drinking, none of this would have come about.
But see, and then God does things for a reason.
Right.
It's all for a reason. It's all for a purpose.
It's all for a purpose.
And it's starting to play out.
It's starting to play out. And we're 2025 in, 12,000 subscribers in. Let's go. And so I'm just loving life right now. I'm loving everything. But I want to say thank you. And I really want you to come back anytime you want to. Okay. And we could talk about anything. Anytime that there's something on your mind or anything that you want to have a 30-minute segment or talk about this, or you want to go on a live with me.
Yes.
It's an open door policy.
Thank you.
We could get at anything. Like, hey, nah, Rios, we got to talk about this. It could be a 25-minute reality check. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't want people to miss out on what we all have to offer.
Yes. Thank you.
And whatever God puts on your heart to share and talk about, you can do it right here.
Thank you.
You can do it right here.
I appreciate you.
Hey, let's go. This is Reality Check. This is Tati.
Thank you guys for having me.
Part 1 of 32. Let's go.
Right, because there's so much more. But yeah, thank you guys for having me. Shout out to everybody. Ace Boys. Back on Fig.
Your podcast.
Bed Peace Podcast. We coming back.
And where can they find it? Bed Peace Podcast.
Bed Peace Podcast on Instagram and on YouTube.
Let's go. Bed Peace Podcast. They're coming back with a vengeance. Have you done your first? No, in 2 weeks. You said 2 weeks.
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
We got a trailer. It's coming out first.
Let's go.